it's Lenny. Welcome to another episode of Diary of an Epileptic. Now, today I want to talk about what's it like for someone who is epileptic being in the workforce, even if you're an entrepreneur, which you're your own boss, but that also comes with a lot of stress. Also, on top of wondering if you'll have an episode, and stress is one of the main triggers for someone to have an episode. And I say this because people with epilepsy, it's always that if I have a seizure, how will people will react? That could be whether they'll know what to do. Let's say you have an episode. It could be whether they want to just make jokes, either to you to get a reaction after they find out you had a seizure, or there's always the sympathetic people be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and that's just a lot to take in, and why it's always good to talk to someone from your job to know that, okay, I have epilepsy. If this happens, this is what you should do. And just for people who don't know what's it like to be at work, wondering you're going to have a seizure or not, it's a constant paranoia and anxiety because you're wondering, okay, if I have a seizure, what will happen? Will these people actually know what to do, or they'll just stare at me like I'm an alien from a different planet? Truthfully, you just don't want to think about it. And that for me, like, one of my triggers is when I get a big headache in my frontal lobe, just all around here also. And then my head starts to seem like it's shrinking in. So whenever I feel like that at work, I'm always worried, okay, well, I have a seizure. And now for everyone who has epilepsy, it's very important that you take care of yourself first. So if you have to go slow a little bit, if you have to excuse yourself to use the restroom, just hang out there, or take a deep breather when you're on break, or just focus on something like your phone. Because it's good for you to like have those moments to yourself, to be like, okay, breathe, step back. Even if you have controlled medication, it's still important for you to do so, because having a seizure is very unpredictable no matter what. And even if people do not understand that, and they just think, oh, you're just making excuses, you're going to the bathroom all the time. No, it's either I curse you out because you're being annoying, or I go to this bathroom and I breathe for a second, not wondering if I have an episode or not. And it's always important to have a support system at work, especially non-epileptic friends. Also, because you can educate them of, if I have a seizure, this is what you should do, and what to look for if I have a seizure. And if you have someone at work who also has epilepsy, good. Then you know that you'll trust them if you have an episode and they're there, so they'll know what to do. And essentially, for yourself, you shouldn't let that be the label at, like, okay, I have epilepsy, this will happen. No. Try your best. I'll say this because it's hard. It's hard not to think those thoughts even though they're in the back of your head. At the end of the day, you make your money, go home. Leave it at that. And for anyone who's in the workforce, just remember, you are strong and you will definitely make through it. And those little triggers you might feel, breathe it out as best as you can. Have a support system at work. If you don't have a support system, meditate if you have to for a bit. Listen to music if it calms you down, or just focusing on your end goals at the end of the day. And with that note, thank you very much for listening to this video, and tune in to the next episode of Diary of Epileptic.